最近一直在找工作。
I'm graduating from university in June 2025. I started an internship last July, and by February this year, I had worked 8 months without any pay. I had to cover my own food and lodging expenses. Then I started job hunting online, but the more I looked, the more overwhelmed I felt. After all these years of studying, I feel useless. I can't even get a simple job. Most service jobs require work experience, and they want people who can work during holidays and festivals. Just now, someone called me about a part-time job. I asked how much they paid per hour, and they said 10 yuan an hour. 10 yuan an hour. I really can't tell anyone around me. That amount isn't even enough to support myself.
In a video on Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, an elderly person unwilling to spend money on formula desperately feeds noodles to a 2-month-old baby. Another video shows a similar scene. The user said, "Look at our family. Life isn't easy. We can't afford formula for a 3-month-old baby, so we soak steamed buns in water to feed him. These are plain steamed buns soaked in hot water." Other users express concern, saying it's unsafe for babies 1 or 2-month-old to eat such food. They emphasize that breastfeeding along with infant formula is best at this stage. The situation likely reflects high parental unemployment, otherwise this would not happen. A woman was caught stealing a motorbike while using her child as a cover. What are you doing? What are you planning?
I want to borrow your car.
I'm not letting you. Get down. If I don't take out the key, you'll just ride off, right? I don't even know you. What do you mean, borrow?
I just want to try it.
What's there to try? Instead of learning something useful, you're out here with a kid doing this kind of thing. Some users noted that using children as cover for theft has long been a tactic in China, calling it despicable. However, stealing electric bikes is less common, but appears to be increasing in scale. Others said desperation might be the cause. People with no food to eat, but stealing while carrying a child is unforgivable and shows a loss of moral boundaries. One user reported that some jobs provide room and board, but pay only 8 yuan per hour. The recruiter asked, "Would you work for 8 yuan an hour?" The answer was, "Yeah, I would." The recruiter asked another person, "Would you go?" The young person said, 8 yuan an hour? I can't even support myself with that. The recruiter replied, "Meals and housing are included. You don't have to spend a single yuan."
请问今年是找不到工作了还是咋了？
Can I ask, is it impossible to find jobs this year? What's going on? I can't even find a job to cover basic living expenses. I graduated in 2023 with a degree in environmental engineering. I was top of my class and won national awards. I have plenty of internship and practical experience, but I still can't find a reliable job. Now, when I look for work, all I see are sales, live stream hosts, receptionists, membership sellers, and customer service roles. People say I'm too proud, but I'm willing to try sales. The base pay is 1 or 2,000 yuan. Visiting clients and taking them out to eat, I have to pay for all that myself. Am I getting paid for the job? I tried live stream hosting, but they said there's no pay during the 7-day trial, which made me speechless. Then I tried applying as a gym receptionist, but it turned out to be a sales job. I was okay with sales, but they wanted me to work at another location. I applied at your store. Why should I commute an hour to a different branch? How can I let go of my self-esteem? This is just humiliating. I've worn out all the job applications and now have to compete with classmates who dropped out. What's the point of all my schooling? Is it just me or is the world crazy now?
今年的工作确实不好找。你看这个
Jobs are definitely hard to find this year. Here's a posting from April 29th, another from April 17th. The first 3 are from our area. I called about all of them, but no one wants me. Most companies now only hire fresh graduates. Many require 15 days of day shift, then 15 days of night shift, rotating back and forth. I want to ask these companies, do you think your workers are machines or gods? Day shifts are manageable, but how am I supposed to do 15 straight nights? This user reported going to interview at a company and, after speaking with staff, were told the company was no good. First, the wage issue. Waiting 25 days for pay is normal. Second, overtime accounts for over 30% of the salary, meaning someone earns 10,000 yuan, at least 3,000 to 4,000 comes from overtime pay. This leads to extreme high work intensity.
我现在36岁，把我给裁掉了。
I'm 36. I got laid off. My wife is pregnant. I'm really stressed and don't know how to find a job. I don't have any special skills, and that's my biggest problem. Some users commented that people without skills complaining about overtime and night shifts were probably once government workers who haven't yet been pushed to the edge, so they should keep looking. A formerly middle-class woman sought help online, saying she couldn't bring herself to go home.
各位朋友们，我今年34岁。
Hi everyone, I'm 34 years old. I'm sitting in a park right now. I can't bring myself to go home because I'm unemployed. My parents don't know. I sit here every day. It's actually pretty cool here. I don't have many skills and my education isn't special. I don't know what I can do. I feel lost. Any career advice? My friends want me to go out to eat, but I'm scared. I can tough it out and go, but people expect you to pay and I can't keep not paying.
最近有几件事情让我感到了现在经济形势的严峻。
Recently, I've been struck by how tough the economy and life are this year, more than I expected. First incident was, I took a ride in a rideshare car a few days ago. The driver was a young man who moved from Jilin in northeast China to Beijing 6 months ago to drive. On the way, he took a call. I overheard. They were talking about debt. They asked each other what they've been doing, how much they paid off, how much they owe. After the call, I talked to him a bit. He owes money from a failed business. His younger relative, even younger, is also in debt from marriage. Their family is poor and had to borrow money to pay a bride price, buy a car and house to get married. He came to Beijing to drive rideshare because he can earn more here than in Jilin. His top priority is paying off debt. Hearing this made me realize many young people carry heavy debts, urban youth with car and home loans, rural workers borrowing to marry, then working to repay debt. The second incident was, yesterday I saw a video about a female graduate student in liberal arts, born after 2000, who sent out 8,000 job applications and still couldn't find a job. She was crying while talking, saying she felt sorry for her parents and couldn't face them. She said she hadn't been able to sleep well and feels like she's about to break down from the anxiety. The user expressed shock at 8,000 resumes sent, questioning whether this is an isolated case or widespread. Currently, competition is fierce across all fields. For graduate recruitment, major companies seek graduates only from top universities or with doctorates. Smaller firms are flooded with master's degree applicants. Even Stanford PhDs end up working as town government officials. The liberal arts graduate mentioned by the user, unless performing outstanding academically, can only hope for a chance at the civil service exams. Otherwise, she faces repeated rejection during the job application process. This explains why many college graduates work in housekeeping, caregiving, or food delivery. Some say it's better to start working early and learn skills because the current situation, neither high nor low status, is more frustrating. The third incident the user shared concerns a conversation with a manager of an apartment building near his house. He said that in the past year, all companies in the building closed or deregistered. No new businesses opened. This contrasts with previous years, when some companies closed but new ones opened monthly. Now there are only closures, no openings. Another issue is that rent keeps dropping, yet properties remain difficult to lease. Many companies are also laying off employees. Some who once earned six-figure salaries at major firms may find themselves driving for rideshare services the very next day to make a living. Economic hardship and family conflict from unemployment are mounting. Online posts reveal that divorce lines at some marriage registries now outnumber marriage lines.
What has become of Shenyang? No donations, no blood drives, no gatherings, no bargains, no meddling, no trusting experts or leaders, no buying stocks or funds, no social security, no inspirational talks, no dating, no watching the news. Everyone ignores the world outside. As long as it's not the end of the world, it doesn't concern them. This is a state of universal debt and despair.
Recently, many have reported online that the economy in northeast China is collapsing. Shenyang, the capital of Liaoning province and the region's economic, cultural, and commercial center, faces difficulties and rising unemployment. Once bustling streets are now filled with closed shops, and the atmosphere is filled with desolation and despair. One user said, over 90% of physical stores have closed. What kind of situation is this? It's terrifying. On weekends in Shenyang, if a street had 100 shops before, how many are still open now? Another said that Shenyang has some lively places, but people might not dare to go there.
你见过凌晨4点的沈阳吗？
Have you seen Shenyang at 4 a.m.? It's full of people searching for work. At its peak, there were reportedly over 10,000, ranging from ages 40 to 70.
At 4 a.m., the labor market welcomes its first job seekers. Wearing yellow safety helmets and camouflage clothing, they wrap themselves tightly against the cold. It turns out they are generally laborers waiting for work. For the sake of their families and school-aged children, they accept any job for as little as 120 yuan, relying on their physical strength as their greatest asset. Hundreds gather here, but only a few can afford to buy breakfast. 2 fried donut sticks and a cup of soy milk cost 3 yuan, yet many can't afford even that, bringing their own dry food and water instead. By 5 a.m., the market becomes crowded. Many wait together and have grown familiar over time. When the owners or foremen arrive, they swarm to compete for jobs. One man in his 60s pleaded repeatedly with a business owner for a chance of work. They are treated like merchandise, loaded into trucks of all sizes and taken to various construction sites like a blind box, never knowing their destination for the day. Those not selected must wait anxiously without even a warm meal. On May 19th, China's National Bureau of Statistics released April economic data, showing steady growth and emphasizing the economy's continued positive trend. Yet on the same day, People's Daily front page published calls for government agencies to cut spending, fight waste, and live frugally. An editorial in People's Daily highlighted new regulations from the State Council requiring party and government bodies to lead by example in frugality, ensuring limited fiscal funds are used efficiently. The new rules impose savings on official travel, receptions, and meetings. For example, overseas research and study trips are banned. Public funds cannot be used for reciprocal banquets. Events like exhibitions, forums, and sports games should be cancelled if possible. Responsibility for combating waste is enforced, and those allowing waste face strict accountability. Independent political analyst Chen Daoyin said when CCP General Secretary Xi Jinping first took office, he issued similar frugality and austerity measures, including the 8-point regulation. However, Chen noted that such orders historically appeared during economic downturns or crises. He said, since 1949, the CCP has issued similar rules multiple times. Look at the timing. These rules were introduced during the Great Leap Forward in 1958, the near collapse of the economy in 1980, and the 1997 financial crisis. History shows these orders come from when China faces economic and fiscal stress, when funds are low. Wasteful spending by party and government agencies disrupts normal finances, and austerity becomes necessary, Chen added. However, at the recent China-Latin America Forum in Beijing, Xi announced China will provide 66 billion yuan in credit to Latin American countries. This suggests austerity targets local governments and grassroots officials, not the central government. In fact, local governments have already tightened spending. Provinces like Henan, Shandong, Guangdong have reported delayed wages and reduced allowances for teachers and civil servants. Retired teacher Jia Lingming from Zhenzhou says schools have begun laying off contract teachers due to fiscal strain. Jia said, school official staff are considered minor civil servants. Their bonuses used to exceed base salary, but now they only get salary with almost no bonuses or performance pay. In schools farther from the city, many contract teachers were hired publicly. Though not civil servants, they receive pensions and regular pay. I know one teacher who was among them. Now they have been laid off. Economist Chen Xiaonong said local governments have taken extreme measures to cut costs, such as reducing waste dispenser supplies and requiring double-side printing. Now, central government's calls for austerity mean layoffs are coming. Chen said, austerity basically means the country's finances are strained. Local governments have already squeezed everything they can, so the only real cuts left are to personnel. This document is a warning, using subtle language to signal that layoffs are coming, but the cuts should be quiet to avoid damaging the CCP's image. For example, workers who reach retirement age won't be rehired, saving the government that expense. They'll hire a few new civil servants at lower salaries to replace higher-paid staff who take early retirement, reducing labor costs. Recently, Chinese singer and actress Wu Shangyi posted a late-night job request on social media on May 15th, sparking a stir online. Born in 1995 in Haikou, Hainan Province, Wu debuted in 2016 as a member of the South Korean group Cosmic Girls. In 2018, she ranked second on the Chinese version of the idol group reality show Produce 101 and joined the girl group Rocket Girls 101. She is currently with Yuehua Entertainment and recording for the variety show Sisters Who Make Waves Season 6. On May 15th, Wu posted, "Looking for work online. I'm Wu Xuanyi, stage name Wu Mei Li, a hardworking singer and actress. Directors, please consider me. I'm tough, low maintenance, and open to many roles. Scripts, please send over quickly." Reactions were mixed. Fans supported her emphasis on being hardworking. Others questioned if she truly intends to shift careers. Some joked it might be a plan to regain popularity. Chinese media report Wu's career has hit challenges recently, including scandals, declining popularity, and fluctuating fan support. Some speculate her posts hint at new projects or as a strategy to attract attention and secure more roles. Because she described herself as low maintenance, some interpret her message as revealing anxiety and desire. Her late-night script request may be a cautious step in a new career phase, amid fierce entertainment industry competition where every detail matters. Some asked, if even female stars are job hunting, what hope do ordinary people have? Others commented, the CCP wants everyone to prepare for austerity. That's shameless to say. Prepare? We've been living in austerity for years and can barely survive.